Hello and welcome, my dear scale modelers, to my small hobby YouTube channel where I show you some stuff. And today's stuff is a German flak cannon, more specifically 50mm flak cannon 41 from World War II. Just like the last week's cannon, this flak cannon is also pretty large, spanning around 280mm, and it has over 260 parts, so it's not really meant for a beginner. The cannon has only one paint scheme, German gray, and it has two types of display poses, one with the extended legs for deployment, or upright so it can be towed. It doesn't come with any figures, but it does have some photo etch parts for the shields and iron sights. And the price of the model is around 40-ish euros depending on where you live. So this 50mm German anti-aircraft gun was designed to service the intermediate zone, where we had the bottom layer 37mm cannons that fired on the targets low, and 75mm cannons that fired on the targets above. And so this one was right in there. But it was not that successful. The design for this cannon started way back in 1936, and it was eventually awarded to Rheinmetall Bossing in 1940. The gun was produced in two models, and it was intended to protect vital German installations. But none of them were very successful, and they both share similar flaws. The speed of traverse was too slow for fast-moving targets, and the gun was underpowered even though it had a very powerful propellant, which was able to dazzle even the aimer in broad daylight. Not good. Altogether, 60 of these beasts were made from 1941, and they were used until 1945. Before we dive into the box, if you like this channel, if you like the content that I make, you will help me out a bunch if you like this video, share this video, comment on this video, and share with your friends. Thank you. You'll be helping me out a bunch. Let's dive into the box.
Hello, if you have just joined me. Today we're going to be taking a look at a 1/35th scale German 5cm FLAK 41 cannon from Trumpeter. This is a quite large model spanning 279mm and has over 260 parts. According to ScaleMates, this was released in 2020, so it's relatively new. The price point for this one is around 40 to 42 euros depending on where you live. Here on the side we see a little CAD drawing that depicts the photo etch parts that enhance the model. These are included in the kit. And upon opening the box, we are greeted with some parts that make up the model. They are neatly and tightly packed inside the bags. In total, I think there are like 5 sprues, not that many, but they are fantastic. Another thing to note is that the box is appropriately sized for the amount of sprues and the size of sprues that are contained within, which means that during transport and handling, the parts inside won't be rattling and they will not be breaking off easily. So what exactly do you get? Here are all the sprues that are laid out for your convenience. You can see all the parts that are necessary to make up this model. The plastic is nice and soft. It kind of reminds you of a Tamiya type plastic, which is not bad at all. The attachment points, as you'll see, they're okay, but again, on certain smaller pieces they feel a little bit chunky and short, so some precision will be needed to get them out of their sprue beds. You also get 4 tires, which are rubber tires, and they're properly made so you don't have to cut them out, and of course photo etch parts to enhance the detail. Upon close and personal, you see that there is, well, not a lot of cleaning to be done, maybe on certain smaller pieces, but overall they're pretty well designed. Here you can see a 1-cent coin showing you the scale of these pieces, because it's really hard to get an idea of how small these things actually are if you don't see my finger in the way. As we can clearly see, there is not a lot of cleaning to be done, but where there is, you're gonna have some problems like on these very rounded parts or the bullets, which will need some extra care and attention, so you'll make them nice and pretty. But looking at all the pieces in the sprues, I think that this is a very well designed model that will give you a lot of enjoyment, especially because there's lots and lots of surface detail even on the smallest pieces and on this little shield that goes in front of the gun. Here we can see some photo etch parts that you get inside the kit that actually enhance certain features of the gun, and of course the 4 rubber tires, which are properly made so you don't have to cut them out or clean them excessively. The instruction sheet of manual is an A4 type black and white manual that is pretty well laid out. It's not that condensed, but it does feel sometimes that you get rushing through the build process, so some extra care and attention will be needed when you're building this one. But overall, I think it's a very well designed manual.
Thank you so very much for watching. If you have been, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye-bye.